As a result of gridlock in Washington, the sequester means more than $1 trillion in automatic spending cuts will go into effect over 10 years.
Republicans have to raise taxes. Democrats have to change entitlement programs. Unless we can get to that deal and that table, we're all going to face challenges in our military service, in our schools, in our families, in health care as a result of sequester.
And pains from a $500 billion slice from the Department of Defense are already being felt in the Delaware National Guard.
It was pretty intimidating at first, just trying to figure out how we're going to juggle and make it through.
Captain Robert Ford works in IT. He was one of 400 Delaware soldiers and airmen furloughed for 6 days. That amounts roughly to a 10% pay cut.
Initially, there was a little bit of panic that set in, especially at home, trying to answer questions for my wife, how is this going to impact us?
Here we have these 400 individuals, and I'd say for the most part, most of them have deployed 1, 2, 3, or more times in support of our national objectives, but yet we're targeting them for furlough.
A decision that has ignited a turf war between the National Guard and the active duty military, whose paychecks are protected from cuts.
But it would be nice to have those same protections as active duty.
It's unfair if you ask Vavala, who oversees 2,600 Delaware Army and Air National Guardsmen.
There was that paradigm shift after 9/11. We're no longer the ragtag militia and the weekend warriors of the past.
Far from it. 2013 has proven a busy year, with the largest number of Delaware National Guard members deployed overseas since World War II.
What it's meant for us is a newfound credibility for the Guard. Since 9/11, us standing shoulder to shoulder with our active component soldiers and airmen. And right now, because of the deployments, we have the best trained, best equipped, best led, and most veteran force that we've ever had.
And to be the best, the Guard gets $115 million in federal dollars a year, augmented by $5 million from the state, money that will keep coming in so long as the Guard keeps deploying. But at a time when Congress is trying to save money, why pay to train and deploy part-time Guard members when full-time active duty troops are already on the Fed's payroll?
No detriment to the active Army or the active Air Force, but I think over time and attrition, we can bring down that standing Army and that standing Air Force, rotate missions into the Guard and be able to do it cheaper because you're only paying us for overseas service when you need us, not every day.
For the cost of one active duty soldier or airman, Vavala says you could pay 3 National Guardsmen to do the same job.
I'm very hopeful that Congress is going to see it our way, and we're going to be an operational force, which is going to continue to deploy in support of both our national and our domestic mission.
And it doesn't hurt to have Delaware Senator Chris Coons seated as a member of the powerful Senate Appropriations Committee.
I think there ought to be another BRAC round, a base realignment and closure round. I think we could save tens of billions of dollars by closing antiquated military bases in the United States that aren't currently needed for our warfighting missions. And I'm confident that Dover Air Force Base would not be affected by a BRAC round.
All of which could amount to a tremendous opportunity for the Delaware National Guard and the state.